thank you, sir, for granting us this interview. And I want to start by asking you to share with us your view about the state of the nation today. How do you see?
First of all, let me introduce myself,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
No, don't mind, sir.
My name is Wale Gomez. I first start with my educational background.
Okay.
I started from school in Sulere called Sulere Baptist School. And after that, I went to one of the best schools in Lagos called Batrima High School. 2 years after that, my father said he wants the best for me, so he took me to St. Gregory's College, where I graduated. Then I moved over to America. I got a federal government scholarship to study aeronautics. My life has always been in business. So I decided that after my aeronautics, I'm going to do business.
Okay.
So after finishing aeronautics, I went to London, where I studied business and finance, and then postgraduate in London, East London University, formerly East London Polytechnic, Northeast London Polytechnic, but now turned to East London University. After that, I came back home, did my youth service at Chase Merchant Bank. From there, I moved to Rims Security, which is an arm of Rims Merchant Bank. And from there, I went to set up my own business. After some hiccups in the business, I moved out to America, where I went and did mortgages. My achievements in the state of Texas, I was the first licensed Nigerian mortgage broker in the state of Texas. I had the biggest mortgage bank in Texas and in Houston. And I moved over to Dallas as well and got another good setup there until the mortgage system crashed. And I moved to London, where I worked with National Health Service. I was head of corporate compliance. And I decided to move back to Nigeria. When I was in London, I also set up a company called Didnt.
Legends.
Yeah, where I was the managing director. And when I moved back to Lagos, I now set up Oilex Petroleum, where I was the chairman and managing director as well. And finally, I set up a private equity company called Quant Capital, which sole aim of financing businesses for myself and all the people that I do finance for. And from there, I set up, as an appendix to Quant Capital, I set up Howard Campbell and Associates, which is facility management company. We do facility management and technology. We're bringing technological products. We have a walkie-talkie that is SIM-based, that you can be in Lagos and you talk to someone in Canada on the SIM card. That is, in a nutshell, myself. That's who I am.
Okay. So how do you go into politics? At what point did politics come in?
You see, one thing people do not understand about politics is that politics isn't born. You don't acquire it. All the time I was abroad, over 20-something years, I've always known about Nigeria. I've always wanted to be in Nigeria. I always feel, anytime I come for a vacation in Nigeria, I always shed tears because I'm used to a certain system. And I don't understand. When we were in school, we used to beat these white folks. And I do not understand how we got to a point where our country will look like this. It really bothers me. And every time I go, I come, I say one day, God will give me a chance to just do something, even if it's 6 months. Just let me show that there's a better way we can do it. And that's why I started looking at how to make my state better. That's all I've been doing. Unfortunately for me, I got married to a master politician. So I'm doing my tutelage with her. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's talk about Lagos. I know you grew up in Lagos.
I grew up in Lagos.
Can you tell us a bit about your growing up here? Where were you born?
I grew up in Lagos. I grew up in Sulere. I also grew up in the 4 parts of Sulere. We have 4 parts of Sulere. We have the Olufemi side, we have the Shaga side, we have the Adebola side, and we have the Ojuelegba side. So we have the 4 parts of Lagos. And I know Lagos, even if I live in Nigeria 100 years, when I come to Lagos, like I'm back home. I know everywhere. My drivers always tell me, how come you know all these places like this? I said, because I grew up in Mutishe and I know what Lagos is all about. And from Lagos, also my secondary school. My secondary school was in Sule and Obalende, well, we don't call ourselves Obalende, we call ourselves Ikoyi. We grew up around that area. And growing up, we used to live a life of this is not the Lagos we grew up. We grew up in an area where things work. Like we can go out at night, come back late, we're safe. There's security everywhere. That is the Lagos that we live. And that was we used to go and play football. And also another area is that when I was in secondary school, I started playing music. I played guitar, I played drums, and I played keyboard. So all the time when I was younger, we used to go and play at Kabambambo. We leave school at the middle of the night, go and play at some nightclubs, and they would give us toro toro kobo kobo, and we go back home. That's how I grew up. That's me. That's me. Thank you.
Yeah. And how did this influence your interest in politics?
Like I told you, when I used to come home, I used to feel like there's something in me that I want to give to my society. I've taken myself to be the best in England, to be the best in America, to lead, to train. 80% of the mortgage brokers in Texas right now were trained by me. And I know how to build structures, and I know how to do things. I know how to start businesses. I know that my dream for Lagos. I'm not saying I want to be governor now. I'm just saying I know what I expect at this stage in our life. We have not cared. What hurt me more is that we have not taken care of the future of our children and those yet unborn. We've messed up in our old age, and all those people that have grown older than us, we've all messed up, but we're not planning for the children. Anytime we go and the roads get muddled up, nothing planned for the children. This is not the state of the state of our state that we want our state to be like. We want to be able to move to. Sometimes I go to Abuja, I get excited because Abuja has a semblance of what we should have in Lagos. But we can do better than this. We can do better than what we have in Lagos now. All right? That's what. Whoever comes in, I just pray that they will have the Lagos where I walk into the state. Let me tell you why there's racism. I'll tell you where there's racism. Have you ever seen white folks being racist to Japanese? Racist to Chinese? The only reason why they don't die is that when they get to their country, to Japan, it's as good as their country. So you are equal. But when they come to Africa, it's like trash. So that's why they think they are higher than us. The moment we turn our country into El Dorado, they will see that they're not as good as us. We are better. All right.
Yeah. In the recent past, have you had an opportunity to run for office, to run for any public office?
For me?
Yes, I said in the recent past. I'm wondering if you've made attempts to contest.
No, I've never gone into politics in Nigeria. Well, I was involved with Jimmy Agbaje campaign in London. I was involved, and I was seriously upset when he lost. But that's politics. We have to move on.
Well, what's your view of politics in this part of the country? How it's played, and do you think it can be better managed, better improved on
this country?
Yeah.
Okay. We are just touting politics in Nigeria. There are two major political parties in Nigeria. We call themselves the Progressives, APC, and the Conservative, PDP. That's the way I see them. And every other person follows them. They're just starting. People move from one party to the other because there's no ideological stability. The moment we stabilized and we have party based on ideologies, things will be sorted out, and people will know where they're supposed to fall in. Politics in Nigeria could be better, We could be run better. I'm thinking that it would be better for us to have our elections based on state structure.
I mean,
State structure in the sense that the state will control what the political game in every contest. The state, for example, if you're going to do Lagos, if you're going to do governorship, Lagos governorship, how will I put it? Contest. I would say contest. The people that will monitor the election should be people from Lagos State, so that we will have the problem I'm having. I hope they can improve though with INEC is that the load is so heavy on them that sometimes there could be small issues, right, with that. But if the state controls elections, like they do in America, the state controls your election. If we
ask you, sir, to share with us, looking at talking about your sentiment, do you have any bias really of the parties? Do you have a particular party in mind that you are aligned with, or you?
I'm a PDP.
Okay.
I'm a PDP, and I'm not apologetic about it. I'm PDP. I wish PDP could win Lagos. Wish and I hope we how will I put it? I hope we get ourselves together in Lagos. Hopefully, this coming dispensation with the right executives, I think Lagos State will be for PDP.
What has always been the problem of the PDP in Lagos? How come PDP has never won Lagos, from your own perspective?
From my own perspective, one of the reasons why we've not won Lagos is the structure that we have in place. We have to, we're not, as a PDP member, we have to be determined to win Lagos. I think that determination is, which I'm seeing now, that the structure is now getting determined. I'm non-apologetic. I'm Body George clan. He's my brother. He's my role model. He's my, I'm Body George, and I also am hoping that the next dispensation will be prepared and better prepared. That's politics. We can look at Trump. Politics is a game of numbers, and politics is a game of structure and planning. The standard we have in PDP in Lagos right now is not strong enough to compete with APC. So we have to rejig ourselves, put ourselves together, plan better, and by God's grace, hopefully, things will go better.
You've always appeared to me to be a very tough politician, because I know how difficult it may have been for you to continue to insist on being a member of PDP when the whole country, both center and at the state level, is APC inclined. What didn't make you jump ship when APC came into power?
I'll tell you one thing. When you have a policy and when you have role models that you follow, you don't jump around. I believe in the PDP structure. I believe that the last election we did our very best, and I believe that out of ideology, principally ideology, I believe that PDP is the place to be. PDP is the only party in Nigeria that has a pure. Any other party will have fallen, but we're still standing. That's the reason why I'm still with PDP. We're standing, and it's not about jumping about, moving around. Now I've been PDP. I'm a card-carrying member of PDP, and I'm not apologetic about it.
So how do you also see the APC's handling of Lagos since the regime in place came?
They can do better. That's what I want to say. They could do better. do better in the sense that there's so many things happening that should not be happening. But I think and I know that we can do better than this. That's all I have.
You've always been a very stylish man. How did that part of you evolve?
I'm a Gomez. Put that in. I'm a Gomez. And let me tell you something. My gene has been like that. My great grandfather came from Brazil and bought every single property throughout the coast of West Africa. And he now landed in Lagos and became the first horse rider in Lagos. And people say that I'm a reincarnation, though I don't believe it. I'm a reincarnation of him. We are born, as a Gomez, you're born with class. And maybe that's the reason why I can't stand the way Lagos looks. Because I've got class, and I want our state to have class. I want anybody, and let me tell you something, right? Anybody that wants to manage Lagos must manage every single person that lives in Lagos.
How do you?
It's not about Saliko, Lagosian, we're all Lagos is a microcosm of Nigeria. If you want to see Nigeria, come to Lagos. If you haven't been to Lagos, you haven't seen Nigeria. And I personally feel that someone that will run Lagos has to be someone with class and panache, that will see dirt and don't feel comfortable, that will see bad road and say, how come this is there? That will see hospitals and they're messed up. That's the Lagos person I want, and that's the only way we can run Lagos. I want Lagos to compete with Abuja. I want Lagos to even beat Abuja, because Lagos is the cradle of Nigeria. And without Lagos, Nigeria is not going anywhere. And with the Lagos economy, that's the only way Nigeria can build its economy. Because there are workers in Lagos. And we can do better in Lagos than this. We can definitely do better than this. And and there's a statement that says that if we keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different result, is madness. Let's give PDP a chance. Let's just give PDP a chance to do something. All right.
I see a lot of similarities in you and Madam. You're both stylish. Your wife. You're both stylish, and you're both
Femi Williams.
You're both stylish, and simply you're both politicians. How did you achieve that synergy?
I was going to say synergy. Yeah. It's only God. I can say it's only God, because truthfully, I see her as, last year I was at campaign with her. My wife you see in campaign and politics, not the wife you see at home. Totally different human being. I was at a campaign with her, and by the time I came back, I had blood in my eyes, because I couldn't match up to her sagacity and the way she handles politics. It's totally different. And I learned a lot from her. Because her style that's why she never loses in any election, unless cheated out. But she never loses, and because she knows how to plan the day. And I'm learning a lot from her. All right. So we look because people say we have resemblance in everything. It's because we love each other. That's all.
I also know that you took after Mr. Fisher, late Fisher Williams. What are the things that attracted you to him, and what are the things that you like about him that made you continue to talk about him?
One thing, destiny has created it, in the sense that every single person that run under PDP, everything that has been, every person that has come out to run for the governorship of Lagos State have been great. Under PDP have been Gregorians. Femi Williams is a Gregorian. Piers is Gregorian. Jimmy Agbaje was a Gregorian. and I'm a Gregorian as well.
Why that's so?
Because we're trained to be perfect. We're trained to be, in Greg's, the spirit in Greg's. And the spirit is that we are born, we're trained to be excellent in everything we do. All right? And we're determined that we can do like I say, Greg's is a microcosm of Lagos State. That's why we're like that. You see Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, blind, everybody in Greg's. That's what half caste, musicians, football players. We're just like Nigeria. And so because we know it's an excellent school, we want to cascade the same thing to Lagos State. It's so strange. Most Gregorians are the ones that want to take over Lagos. I'm not saying I want to take over Lagos, but I'm saying that most Gregorians want the best for Lagos. All right? And with Femi Williams, I read a lot about him. I wasn't in Nigeria when he was ordered, but I've read a lot about him and the methodology he used in trying to win Lagos. I have the same plan for whoever wants to be the governor of Lagos State, to follow the footsteps of Femi Williams for the plan that he has put in place that he wants to take over. And if he had been alive, Lagos would not have been what it is today. So people say I have the demeanor, I have the way he speaks, I have the gentility. Maybe I should start calling myself captain. Because it's just a fantastic human being. And it's good to put yourself to want to be like Femi Williams or someone like that. Nobody has ever said any bad thing about him. Not that they won't say bad thing about me, but nobody has ever said any bad thing about Femi Williams. And that's what I want to be like.
As somebody who has been in public here for a while, how do you handle all the negatives that come with being a politician, with being immigration and all of that? How do you always handle all of that?
Have you ever seen a Shamego without a meat? Or a meat without a shago? I mean, it's part of it, right? Any politician that doesn't have a thick skin should get out of it, because hey, I'll just blow it out. I'm expecting negatives, because if you don't get a negative, it means you don't matter, right? So anytime you're hitting some people and negatives are coming, it means you're hitting them. So negative doesn't even bother me at all. But in the corporate world, you see, I'm into a corporate world. I've been in corporate world all my life, and I'm now getting to be a politician. And the politics is even overriding the corporate in me, because I just want the best. I just want the best for my state. I don't care about any other thing, just the best for my state. So any negativity, bring them on. I'm all right with it.
How did you see the last year, in 2020, with all the challenges that came? How did you handle it? How did you take it?
We can excuse APC for the COVID,
Okay.
but we can't excuse them for non-planning. All right? They've done their best. The inflation rate in 2021 was, I put it down, about 11%, 11.4%.
2020.
In 2020, yeah. In 2019,
Okay.
it was 11.4. In 2020, it was 20.5, which is it's moving on. There are three ways you check an economy. You get through GDP, and our GDP has been whacked, right? On the inflation rate, there are two forms of inflation: the cost pull and the demand pull. We cannot say demand pull because there's no money to run after demand. It's cost push that is killing Nigeria. And if we can try as much as possible to build in policies that will assist Nigerians, let me tell you one thing that could help us out. We should look at the supply side. The government should throw in money, and let people have access to funding. Right now, there are no access to funding. People do their business with their own pocket. You go to bank, it's so hard getting money and stuff. So I know you've experienced in business. So we need to have a structure that will assist people. Venture capital. Try thinking about venture capital, where people can just bring their policy, go to venture capital company, they invest in it, help you to manage it, they turn around, sell their portion, and they move on. Things that the white folks, the things that being abroad have taught us. Those are the things that people that have been there needs to bring back home to help us out, right?